Good morning, stamping friends. Welcome to my YouTube Live. My name is Lorri Heiling, if you haven't joined me before, and I'm excited to share with you today. I am grabbing some products from the new spring, I guess you would call it, spring into summer mini catalog. It's actually January to June 2022, and we are finally in this catalog, and it's been so fun to create with new products. I want to share with you one of the items that stood out to me when I looked at this catalog for the first time. I love word sentiments that are dies, so I ordered, well, I have this whole bundle, but I'm just going to be using the dies, and it's called the Amazing Thanks dies. I don't know about you, but after Christmas, I have a lot of thank yous that I need to do, and I'm kind of overdoing the Christmas themed ones, so I'm kind of moving on to some other ones. So that die set really helps me out. Then I'm going to use this really pretty paper called Symbols of Fortune, and I love these little cheat sheets that help me so that I can choose the colors that coordinate with it. So what's really nice about this designer series paper is that there's gold in many of these. Actually, on the back side of every sheet, these two are one sheet, so that's one side and that's the flip side. So on the other side of every colored print is one with gold in it. So it's really fun to work with that because we also have gold foil sheets. This comes in 12 by 12 paper, that's the size, and then this one's $15. They raise it a little bit more because of that gold foil in with the paper, but it's just really pretty and it's so easy to work with. So I chose to use basic black for my base of my cardstock, and this is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I pre-scored it right here at 5 1/2 on the long side, and then I'm just going to flip it over and line up those two edges and use your bone folder and make a nice crisp crease here. And that's the front of our card. The next thing I did was I took another piece of basic black, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm just going to flip that over and grab my larger dimensionals and put one in each of the corner. And this embossing folder is called Time Worn, and this was actually in the last mini catalog we had, the kind of the holiday one, but they carried it over. I guess it was very popular, so they are carrying this over, and this is still available, which has been nice. And if you look close, there's writing and kind of like a graffiti look, but if you try to find one word in there, like I always look for, there's a capital W-E. So if you're, OCD and you need to make sure that it's going right side up, just kind of look for one word and make sure it's going the right way. Probably not everybody has a magnifying glass and is going to see if your words are upside down, but it just gives a little texture to the background. Oh, look at this. It matches my nails too. I did not plan that. All right, the next thing we're going to do is take a piece of designer series paper, and I chose to use the one that kind of looks like, oh boy, I don't know what plant that is. Kind of reminds me of a dandelion, but this is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then what I did was I measured from the top to the bottom and make a little dot on your paper about 1/2 inch from the bottom. And then on this side, make a little pencil mark at 1 1/2 inches from the top. So you have a dot here and here. Now I'm just going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to open this up. Remember, the dark blade is the cutting blade and the light blade is the scoring. So I want to use the cutting. So what I'm going to put on the trimmer is that little dot, the one that's a 1/2 inch from the bottom, right in the canal, and that's where it's going to cut. And then I'll put the other one up here at 1 1/2 inch and just make both of them are in the little divot. You can see, where it goes. And then just slice. These are so fast and easy. Designer series paper, you can almost put 3 sheets on top of each other and make one slice. I'm gonna just erase the little pencil marks. Usually I do this on the back side, but sometimes it gets confusing which way the angle should go. So, all right, now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use foam strips for this. And let's take the front of our card and we are gonna put foam strips. And remember, you can cut these with the scissors too, but usually I'm in a hurry and I just want to go fast and I just rip them. But that shows how easily they tear. So this one's going to go on the bottom, and there's going to be about a 1/4 inch break or border here. It's hard to see, but you can see that I made a 1/4 inch border. And let me rip off the rest here. And just kind of put these in the corners. Whoops, wrong side. Put it on the back side of the paper. And make sure you get, when you go on this long side, make sure you put one in the middle, because you know I say this every time. I don't like it to sag in the middle. We don't want the saggies here. So, all right, now let's put that on the top. And I might have to kind of pull the card up so I can make sure it's in the middle here, lined up. Okay, that makes a nice little dimension here because we want this top to be popped from the bottom. Now, what we're gonna put in here is the word thanks. And so you could either use dimensionals if you want. I did one previous card and I did dimensionals, but I want an even larger pop. So I'm just gonna adhere this with my green glue. But if you want to do dimensionals, the only thing is dimensionals are a little bit too wide for these letters. So if you're doing mini dimensionals, you even have to cut those in half because you need it super skinny. You could use the foam pieces too that you run through the die cut machine. But I'm just gonna place it on here like this, just fast and easy. And then just try to center it as best as you can. And when I'm done, I'm going to hold it up so you can see the dimension here. This is going to be, whoops, don't put too much glue on, it'll splurt out. But the good thing about this multi-purpose liquid glue is that it does glide or dry clear. So if you see a little bit squirt out, it's okay. All right, now these cool little brushed brass butterflies, that's a tongue twister. We're going to just add a couple of these to add a little bit of interest, and you can decide where you want them to go. You can put them in the floral part. You can put them, they'll really stand out if you go on the black. So I think I am going to, there's two different sizes on here too. And you get, I'm reading how many you get, 80. So you really get your bang for your buck here. So let's put one larger one up here. I like to do odd numbers. Then I'm going to put a small one here. I'm going to do them all on black. But if you want, like I said, you could put them up in the floral part, you know, like up here or really anywhere. But I'm going to just do a couple down here. All right. That is all there is to this card. Imagine the possibilities with all the different designer series paper, and then I really think the gold makes it stand out. Now remember, I know I remind you every time, but my Creative U is happening this week. I had a class already and I'll have another one tomorrow. And if you order from me and order $35 or more, you qualify for Creative U projects. You also have to use the host code, so don't forget that. That's the one that will be used for this week. And remember, it's celebration. So if you bump up your order to $50, you can get quite a few different choices for your free item. And so you'll want to look at the celebration catalog and see what you want to choose for that. We used a couple of those in the projects this week. The other thing is, remember, if you want to join my team, which is the most fun because we have a community of stampers that have a private Facebook page, and if you're local here, we actually get together in person. But if you're not local, we still do Facebook Live, so you can get in with some of the fun things that we do, and we have optional swapping between us and just a lot of really fun perks. So if you're interested in that, they have an amazing deal right now. It's only $99 plus free shipping, but you get to choose $125 worth of products, and you get any 2 free stamp sets. So it's really an excellent deal, and I encourage you to take advantage of that because they don't always offer little incentives like that to sign up. So I hope that you will consider that. All right, well, thank you again for joining me, and I will see you. Remember, I do my my YouTube lives on Tuesday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Arizona time, and thank you for joining me. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.